Hello everybody and welcome to another OgreCast. I'm Ogre. I'm going to be your host for this game of StarCraft 2. It's 2v2 featuring Shadowsbane and myself. And we are against the Zerg, Lusain and Goodbadugly, playing as Terran. Um, I just have to say I really do hate this map. The configuration, like these backdoor rocks really piss me off. Yeah, we're just talking about how I need to get the back door for those rocks, so definitely aware of those. And I don't know, just the way that, like, how you're so far away from being able to help your partner and things like that really, I find comes into effect on this map. Like, you know, unless you build your barracks all right down here by this entrance, but anyhow. Yeah, so Shadowsbane suggests marauders being posted at these backdoor rocks, whereas I think, okay, well, I'll build a siege tank or two and put them back there. So, anyway, what's going to happen? I don't know. Maybe we'll watch and find out. Overlord out for Lusain. This guy is going to scout the far corner, I suppose. We got one supply depot up for Goodbadugly. Let's take a look at any scouting that's going on. Looks like Shadowsbane might just be sending out a scout. Yep, that's what he's doing. He's got his gateway coming up, and I got my barracks coming up, and Goodbadugly has his barracks coming up, and I'm guessing, yep, spawning pool. Wonderful. Really, not much else could be happening right now. I'm going for an early-ish refinery in order to get those siege tanks out a little bit faster. Now, looks like Goodbadugly actually has his refinery finished, so he might be planning on using that gas to get a tech lab or something like that. Pretty standard. I don't really quite get this. I guess the Overlord is probably going into this far corner to scout that. So, anyway, not too much happening going on right now. Looks like, yeah, Shadowsbane does have his probe going around scouting. He saw there's a barracks up, but not too much beside that. I mean, from this, at least he gets to know the Terran's position, so we know if we want to do a rush, we're going to be going Zerg side, obviously. He scouts this Roach Warren here coming up. You know, sometimes it's a good idea to click on that and see how far along it is. So anyway, we've got the roaches scouted out. He lets me know. I got my tech lab coming up and going for the very fast concussive shells. I kind of like those concussive shells against Zerg, so to mitigate some of their, you know, speed. Anyway, so I'm going with a second barracks. We have a cybercore already up, already researching warp gate for Shadowsbane. Second barracks coming up for Goodbadugly. And now that the Roach Warren is out, I think we're going to see some roaches in the production tab. Yep, we got 7 roaches coming right out here. That usually is a sign that those 7 roaches, as soon as they pop, are going to come and try to cause some damage. So we'll just watch out for that. Nice pylon here, so he can warp in everything at his front entrance. Now, look at this. I got my SCV. Gonna put my trusty little supply depot here to scout for me, so I will be able to tell if anything is attacking those rocks. Absolutely no problems there. Now, look at this too. 7 roaches coming straight across the map. Let's just speed that up a little bit because that's where the action is. You know, making their way across the map. Shadowsbane has a couple stalkers coming out, and oh, there goes my SCV running away. Now, I had just built this supply depot to scout for me right when the roaches were coming at my back door. Walk away with the SCV, and lo and behold, I have no freaking clue that these roaches are killing these rocks. it just didn't cross my mind that it might happen at the exact moment that my SCV was walking away from the supply depot. I was thinking kind of, hey, maybe later on in the game I'll be able to spot it. But let's just take a look at my view here. I should be able to see these roaches busting down those rocks, and I'm just totally not paying attention. So now my backdoor rocks are gone. Thank you, Scouting Supply Depot. I feel like you were completely useless there. And now he's coming to attack my SCV line. I've spotted this at this point and send my troops over to take down these roaches. They are in a really, really bad position, so it looks like these Marines and Marauders are going to be able to pick them off one by one, not take too much damage. Yeah, Shadowsbane's like, dude, why the hell did I let people through my backdoor rocks? Could not answer you. I really have no excuse except for pure idiocy. So, and now this huge force of Marauders coming in. I don't believe I have Stim. Oh yeah, Stim just finished for me, but my force is actually quite a bit smaller than his. And really what I should have done, instead of running all those SCVs away, was keep them in there to take the hits and then focus fire some of these Marauders down. But unfortunately I didn't focus fire, so we've got, like, you know, a bunch of Marauders with 25 health off of them instead of 1 or 2 dead Marauders. So that's unfortunate, but the good thing is he's got no Marines, so I can just lift off my main buildings. Running away. Oh, look down here. Okay, Shadowsbane has a really nice counterattack going on here. He's got his sentries here to block off the ramp, doing as much damage as he can. Hopefully he can... Oh, I was going to say hopefully he can take out that command center, but looks like not. He's going to do some significant damage to these roaches down here. The Marauders, after doing a bit of damage to my buildings, have decided to walk away. My SCVs are unfortunately getting slowed and picked off, but Shadowsbane has managed to distract these guys. He's got his SCVs back mining, but distract them and keep their troops in there long enough that they just couldn't quite finish me off. You know, I lost a couple of my tech buildings and things like that. I don't believe I have siege tanks researched. So yeah, Shadowsbane is hoping that they hit him because he has a decent sized force left back at his base here, and usually it's something that you'd want to do is after somebody loses their whole army is go in and hit them and hope that they don't have anything built up. But I'm just gonna have to be sitting here building SCVs. Look at my income tab is, well, it's in the 500s right now thanks to 3 mules, but that's going to drop off pretty damn fast because I only have 9 SCVs, and I should have somewhere in the 36 range apparently, according to what Shadowsbane has. So yeah, that was a heavy hit. I'm basically building back from scratch. I was fortunately able to lift off my buildings and save, you know, my 4 of them. Lost some supply depots and things like that, so I'm a little low on supply. You got 35 possible supply. But yeah, this command center should be constantly pumping out SCVs. It's apparently not. I do have units pumping out of my buildings. Another SCV going there. I'm building up another reactor or refinery, Jesus, because I want to be pumping out siege tanks as fast as I can. The siege tech is researching, thank God, and I've managed to build up a small force. Looks like Shadowsbane is tired of waiting. He's gonna move out. He's got 2 immortals, which is going to be really good against roaches and marauders. So let's just hope that he keeps pumping out immortals. And let's take a look at how much. Yeah, he's staying really on top of his macro, which is good. So a large stalker force. I think there's like 2 zealots in there, and 2 sentries, 2 immortals, and the rest are stalkers. Stalkers are really good against roaches. The focus fire